Christ is risen.
Truly he is risen.
As we gather together on this, the midpoint of Pentecost, we complete the Sunday of the paralytic with the understanding that despite the fact that Jesus Christ healed a man who had been paralyzed for 38 years, because he did this miracle on the Sabbath, the leadership of Jerusalem was incensed and desired to kill him. The gospel passage today, when it says at mid-feast, is not speaking about the mid-feast of Pentecost, but rather the mid-feast of the Feast of Tabernacles, a period in which the Jews commemorate the 40 years that they spent in tents as they traversed the desert. This moment is when Jesus Christ goes into the temple and teaches. And the people do not understand it because they say, how is this possible? Jesus of Nazareth, we know who he is. We know that he is a carpenter's son. How is he able to expound on the scriptures without having received any study? What university has he gone to? What great teacher has he studied under that he understands the scriptures so well? And Jesus Christ illuminates them by saying, I am not speaking of my authority, but on the authority of him who sent me. Anyone who speaks on their own authority is looking for their own glory. But he who speaks on the authority of him who sent him is seeking to glorify him who sent him. So in other words, Jesus Christ is telling us that he comes on behalf of God the Father. He is not seeking to glorify himself, although he is certainly meritorious enough to receive glory. He is trying to show us the way. And he draws the comparison that Moses gave them the law and instructs everyone, regardless of Sabbath or not, that on the 8th day, every male child will be circumcised. So Jesus Christ says, how is it possible that you follow the law of Moses to circumcise a child on the 8th day, and yet when I healed a man's entire body on the Sabbath, you seek to kill me? This is the sadness of this darkness, my beloved brothers and sisters in Christ, that despite the fact that the light has come into the world, despite the fact that he is able to heal someone 38 years paralyzed, the fact that he is able to bring light into a man born blind, as we will experience shortly, the people do not see him, do not understand him, and therefore cannot receive him. My beloved brothers and sisters in Christ, let us open our own eyes that we may see the Christ and understand that he is the cure to our blindness. He is the cure to our paralysis. He is life that conquers death. And so as we continue to march towards Pentecost, at which point the Comforter, the Spirit of truth, will descend upon the disciples, let us constantly turn to our risen Lord. Let us shout with joy, Christ is risen, so that we may bring that light and that vivifying Spirit to all people. Christ is risen from the dead, by death traveling down upon death, and to those in the tomb